The NHL Stanley Cup playoffs are officially over. The Vegas Golden Knights are the Stanley Cup champions. So, off-season is here, and I cannot wait, guys. I have a lot of videos planned, so make sure to drop a like, subscribe, guys. It helps out a lot. Comment down below more video ideas for me to do in the future and for this off-season, guys. Anything specific, I can do NHL 23. I got you. Just make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any bangers every single day. Today, we're going to be going over if these NHL teams' stocks went up or down after the playoffs. Let's see. Let's check it out. Let's do this, baby. All right, baby, we are on Tiermaker again. We love this website. Let's get straight into this, guys. There's a couple teams that I think their stock went way up, and some teams I think stock went down after this playoffs. It was a fun playoffs. Comment down below on your opinion of these playoffs. I know the Stanley Cup final was not very close. I was actually in the building for the Cup. Make sure to check out my Vegas Golden Knights video. Game number 5, I was in the building. It was a pretty good video, but let's do this, baby. Teams that went up and down. Let's start with the up, baby. Let's start with the positives here. The first one is quite obvious in my opinion. It's got to be the Florida Panthers. No one really expected this team to be in the Stanley Cup finals, and obviously when they got to the end, they were battered and bruised and they could not get the job done. But I get it. They didn't look good in the final series, but you got to give them props, man. They beat 3 really good teams. Bruins, best team in NHL history. Maple Leafs just actually got out of the first round for the first time in a long time. Had all the hype in the world. They beat them pretty convincingly. Then they swept the Carolina Hurricanes, who were one of the best teams, most dominant teams in the NHL. They defeated them pretty easily, but obviously they did end up losing, but still a very good playoffs, and their stock went up 100%. This is a pretty obvious answer. Let's go number 2, who I think is a pretty damn good one as well. Even though in the second round they didn't look the greatest, the New Jersey Devils. I think their stock went up, man. They're a young team, beat a very good Rangers team. I thought the Rangers were going to win. Obviously, I didn't expect Panarin to not score a goal and their offense to be very bad, as Shesterkin not look the greatest as well. I did not expect that, but you got to give props to the Devils. After going down 0-2, losing both home games, to come back in the series and win 3 straight, then end up winning game 7. Crazy. You got to give them props for that. And as a young team, they're only going to get better. If Timo Meier put the puck in the net, maybe they'd be in the Stanley Cup finals instead of the Panthers. Who knows? But good play, good playoffs by the Devils. You got to give them props. They're only going to get better because they're getting a little bit older, baby. So now let's go to the third one here. I like this one, man. I do like this one. I'm going to have to say the Seattle Kraken. I didn't expect them to beat the Stanley Cup champions. Did I? Like the defending Stanley Cup champs? They beat the Colorado Avalanche game 7 in Colorado, by the way. They went to their barn and won a game. What a sneaky win by the Kraken. Then forcing game 7 in the Dallas Stars and barely losing that one as well. 2 really tough teams they did play in the Stanley Cup playoffs, and they brought them to the brink every single time, but they could not finish it this time against the Stars. It's been a pretty cool story though. Knights versus Kraken, 2 latest expansion teams. That would have been pretty damn cool. We got to give props to the Kraken, and they're looking up, baby. They're looking up just like the Knights. They might be the next Stanley Cup champion. Who knows, baby? Who knows? But they're gonna be better and better next season. And this last one, guys, it's got to be obvious. I have to put them here. The Vegas Golden Knights. Their stock went up. They just won the Stanley Cup. Really, no one expected it, man. They had a pretty tough road as well. People are not really saying that. Obviously, the Jets weren't the best team, but a lot of people were saying the Jets might have won that series before it happened, and the Knights obviously ended up taking that in 5, then playing the Edmonton Oilers, who were a very tough opponent, probably the hottest team going to the playoffs, and people thought they weren't going to win. I thought the Oilers were going to win too, but nope. Knights did end up winning that series, then playing the very tough Dallas Stars team and handed them pretty easily as well. Then going to the Panthers, obviously it wasn't the toughest Stanley Cup final possible for them, but they did it up. They did what they did, and they won the Stanley Cup. So you got to love that for the Knights. So their stock 100% went up. But now the question is, can they go back to back? Now let's go to the downs, baby. Let's go to the teams that did not hold up to expectation. Let's start with the down, baby. That's going to be the New York Rangers, man. They were a very unimpressive team. They looked really bad after those first 2 games. So they were up 2-0, beat New Jersey twice in New Jersey. They were like, I think their confidence got too high. I think they thought it was going to be too easy. Walk over the park, going to win both games in MSG, and that did not happen, man. Devils took it to them. They won game 3 in overtime, which definitely helped the case for the Devils. But Rangers did not look like themselves at all, man. They looked horrible. Looked like the defense was just running around. Coach didn't really help, didn't really change the lines, but you can't really blame the coach when Artemi Panarin's not scoring a goal, man. But these guys really, besides Kreider, like who else really played at the top of their game? I didn't really see anyone. Even Shesterkin looked a little off. But Rangers, man, definitely went down, 100% down. I expect them to probably bounce back, but you really never know. A new coach, Peter Laviolette, is not the greatest either, but we'll see. But the Rangers, after this playoffs, they got to go down. Same here with the Colorado Avalanche, man. They really didn't look that good. I know the Kraken are a good team. You got to put respect on their name, but still, Avalanche were supposed to win that series, man. They go to game 7 in your own barn. Nathan McKinnon, man, he needs to step up. He needs to step up. Goaltending was not the greatest. Defense was not there, man. Kel McCarr. I don't know, man. The defending Stanley Cup champs, I know it happens. You lose in the first round. Sometimes it happens. But like to that team, to a young, brand new team with no experience like that, you gotta win that series. On home ice, game 7. You gotta win that, man. You gotta win that. And they did not. I'm not saying they went crazily down their stock, but still, it went a little down, man. Definitely went a little down. Up next, which this team, man, I don't really like this team. It's the Minnesota Wild. I'm not saying I don't like them personally. I like the team. My brother played for the team. I love the team, man. I gotta always have a little soft spot in my heart for the Minnesota Wild. But the roster that they're building, like, I don't really love it, man. They have the cap space is not great. Not great. This Parise Suter dead cap is not going well for them right now. But Kaprizov, besides Kaprizov, who do they got? Matthew Boldy is playing unreal. But Marc-Andre Fleury, Gustafsson, didn't perform well in the playoffs at all. There's no depth scoring on this roster. Eriksson Ek didn't really perform in the playoffs like I expected. Like, who else do they really have? Dumba might be gone. This team is gonna be looking different next year, and I don't know how much I like them, but I don't know how much I like them in a tough Central Division. So I think their stock 100% went down. They didn't look great against the Stars, man. Stars, obviously, the series could have gone a little opposite ways. They did score that 3rd overtime win or whatever. But they just couldn't win that series, man. They could not win that series, and they just didn't look the greatest, man. I don't love the way they're going into next year, so I'm gonna have to say their stock went down. One more team, guys, and I just feel like I have to do this, and it's got to be the Boston Bruins, right? They got to be the Boston Bruins, best team in NHL history, losing the first round. At least you didn't get swept. Sorry, Tampa Bay. You did not get swept at least. But the Panthers had no business, man. You're up 3-1. 3-1. If you look at statistics, you should win that series all day, man. You should win that series all day, and you did not do that at all. And you lost in the first round. Your fans are very, very horrible, very, very upset, obviously, as they should be. Game 7, overtime. You couldn't defend for a minute, man. You couldn't defend for a last minute. It tied it up, and obviously Carter Verhaeghe ended up winning the game. But Bruins, it shouldn't have got there, man. It shouldn't have got there. And having Ullmark not play Game 7 is kind of nuts, in my opinion. He brought you through all the way to history, and you didn't let him play Game 7. I know he wasn't the best, but the team wasn't the best either. So, hey, the stock went down, man. The stock went down for sure. Are they going to be the same next year? Is Bergeron playing? Who knows with the Bruins next season? But I think their stock went down for sure. And that is going to be this video, guys. So thank you so much. Comment down below if you agree, or what other teams in the playoffs you think went up and down. Comment down below. Let's have the conversations. Anything like that, baby. I am here to talk. Let's do this, baby. I'm your boy, Wild Rocky. Thank you so much for being here. Much love. You're all cute as shit. Thank you so much. Once again, guys, be great, and I'll see you guys later.